I've just noticed that I forgot my microphone, so we're going to start all over again. Welcome friends. My name is Martin and I'm going to teach you how to fight one technique at a time. From self-defense to martial arts, we're going to blend it all together, no system or style, because fighting has no brand. We just want to get better at it. Today's combination is going to look like this. Stepping in, hammer fist, back of the neck, elbow, grab the arm, headbutt. So it's quite close range, clinch, combination inspired with some striking elements. That's what we're going to practice today. We're going to break it down, move by move, explain and utilize together. But first, let's remember to set the stage, check in with your body. Small mobilization exercise we do together, and remember, and maybe you're not fit today, maybe you have some problems, some pain, so go gentle, controlled. Training should always make you better, and injuries is the opposite of getting better. So be mindful and respectful to what you can do today, and let's mobilize together. I'm going to start with the right foot, some gentle rotations, and now you switch the directions, always a couple of times clockwise and anti-clockwise to the other foot. With which one you start doesn't really matter. Switch directions, but go slow and gently, joint by joint. Next up, the knees. Easy rotations to both directions. And then the hips, same thing. Use this to check in. How are you feeling? Is everything all right? Turn directions. And just notice your level of mobility and strength today. Stand tall, just the shoulders. Left to right, maybe a little bit of the hips in there. Now just the wrists, again both directions of course. The elbows, both directions again, like always. The shoulders forward and backward. And last but not least, the neck, a couple of times up and down. And left to right. This is no workout to sweat, but it can be exhausting. This is no sport workout, but you will feel your body. This is training to fight. So we take the technique, we understand it, we move through it, we integrate it with the rest. And the first move we're going today is actually more of a defensive thing. It's called a long guard. So I have one arm extended, most of the time with my palm, because I'm trying to limit the vision of my opponent. Here. And I step in. So it has some striking ability as well to go in here, but it's not necessarily a palm string. I'm not trying to throw out my hand. I'm just extending, hiding behind the length of my arm. You see the shoulder is tight to my chin, and I'm stepping in. At the same time, I'm using my opposite hand and crossing over. So it's a cross guard and the long guard. This is crossed, this is long. And we're going to combine both of it. The leading foot, I'm starting with my right foot in front. The leading arm is long and the back arm is crossing. I don't need to see my opponent. I know where he's standing. From here I can step in and do many things. The long guard is an aggressive move forward with defensive capabilities. So the very first thing we're going to do, we start in our fighting stance, leading with the right foot. Have our hands somewhere here, just to have a starting position. We're going to do a step in and hide in the long guard and cross guard. So from here, step in. You see that my chest is lowering a bit. It's like I'm retracting into my arms. Imagine a turtle doing this and at the same time stepping in. Long arm. The crossed arm has an angle of over 90 degrees. Never go full 90, that's a very weak position. So step in into the long guard, cross guard combination. How are we training this? You start with your right foot in front, left foot back, arms gently at chin level. And we're going to do this move for 10 times together. So get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We are switching the sides, the left foot is leading, and we're doing the same thing on the other side. So left hand is going to extend in the long guard and the right is crossing. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. From here, let's look at the next step, and then we integrate step 1 and 2, so forth throughout the whole combination. So we just entered into close range. We can strike each other, we can grab each other. Here, I'm trying to block the vision. If the guard is up, I'm just blocking the guard. Doesn't matter. It's stepping in, applying pressure. The cross guard allows me to now throw a hammer fist here. Could be the side of the hand, could be the forearm, could be a hammer fist, could even be a scratch through the face. Doesn't really matter. At the same time, the arm that was on the long guard is going here to protect myself. So you see the motion, it's close, open. Close, open. And watch my hip. I'm stepping in, I'm opening up. So it's a closed, then to an open guard. We're going to start this motion directly from here. The hand is in the face. So we ignore the step in. I'm going to throw my hip to the hammer fist and at the same time raise my right hand high. So this arm is protecting my left and this arm is protecting my right. For practice, the arm is already extended, the arm is already crossed, and you throw your left hip forward with your left arm to the hammer fist, to the side of the hand, and your right hip puts back, and here's the guard. My elbows on the height of my shoulder, my forearm is protecting my face, not to my side, not straight, but on a 45-degree angle about. So close to open. This is the move we're going to do 10 times on the right, 10 times on the left. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch to the left side, left foot in front, left arm extended, right arm crossed, so we do a right hammer fist and the left hand is going to the guard again. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Let's just combine from there. We start with the right foot in front, hands in an easy relaxed guarding position, step in, throw out the hammer fist. Stepping in with the long cross guard combination to protect and apply pressure. Then the first strike of the combination while guarding and protecting from the other angle. Stepping in, throwing the strike. Remember the hip, stepping in, throwing the strike. We're starting with the right foot in front, right arm extended to the long guard, so the left hand is doing the striking. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch to the other side. Left leg in front, Left arm extended, right arm is going to do the strike. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's add the next element. We just stepped in. Long guard. Throw the hammer fist while protecting to the side. The next thing we're going to do is from this blocking arm, rotating inwards, slapping the ear, slapping the back of the neck, and going into a clinch position. It's not a full tie clinch, it's a half clinch in a slapping motion. So I raised up here to block and I pull my hip down, pull my elbow down and land in this hook anchored position. It's called clubbing. I imagine my forearm as a club and I'm just slamming the back of the head of the other person. Step and strike up. And important, I land here. Back of the head with my open palm and my forearm is connected to the side of the neck, to the collarbone and the upper parts of the chest here. Next we're going to use this for an elbow strike. More on that in a second. So we start again by isolating the elements. We ended here. Hammer fist guard. I'm going to throw my right hip forward, pull inward, elbow slightly downward. It's a slapping motion and a grabbing motion in once. The other arm is just pulling back into the guard. Do you see the changing of guard position here, here, here? But I always have a guard and I'm playing with my hands to do that. So we're going to start from here. Left arm extended while the right foot is forward. Right arm is raised. You pull the left hip back, hand goes into the guard, right hip forward, hand goes into the clubbing motion. 10 times, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome, let's switch the sides. Left foot in front. Right arm over 90 degrees forward. We just did the hammer fist. Left arm is raised to protect. Right hip back. Right hand into the guard. Left hand is doing the clubbing. 10 times. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Let's combine what we did so far. Of course, we're going to start right foot in front like we always did. Step in, long cross guard. Throw in the hips for the hammer fist. Protect yourself again with the club. 3 steps, always a hip motion, always a switch of the arms. One more time slowly. I'm going to show you from the sides as well. That's always good to see. From the other side too. It's important to see the interplay of the arms combined with the motion of the hips. Right foot in front, right arm is doing the long guard. Get ready for 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Left foot in front, left arm into the long guard, the whole thing. Deep breath. Let's get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Time for the next piece of the puzzle. So we just extended the clubbing here. The right hand is pulled back. And from here, we're going to pull the club inwards. So my left hip is thrown back to pull the club inwards. And my right arm is going to extend with a very short cutting elbow. So I'm close here. Pull and connect. Here. The folds between your forearm and your upper arm should be as tight as possible. I like to have my hand open. Gets me a bit closer in the angle than if I have my fist grabbed, but it's not that necessary. It's a throw from the hip, the shoulder, from here, cutting motion with the elbow. So I'm not trying to do a deep penetrated strike. It's more like a blade through the face, and it's very fast. You aim for the cheekbone, you aim for the temple, for the jaw, for the eye. If you're nasty, something here, elbows always hurt. Important is again the switching motion of the arms. I'm going to pull the club backwards and I'm going to extend the elbow forward. So we're starting here. Of course we start with the right. Yeah, that's what we always did. We start with the right foot, the right clubbing is extended, the left hand is in the guard. We pull the right hip backwards. The elbow is going closer to my ribs. And at the same time, I'm going to throw the elbow forward. You see this pointed position? And then again, I'm in a good guard. Right? Here I'm relatively safe and I can continue my striking from there. Right foot in front, right arm is in the club, left arm is going to do the elbow strike for 10 times. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Left foot in front, left arm controls the back of the neck, right arm is going to do the elbow strike 10 times. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. You know how it goes by now. We're going to combine the whole thing. Stepping in long and cross guard, throwing the hammer fist, protecting yourself, going into the clubbing, doing the elbow. One more time. I always do something different with my arms, but there's always an interplay of left and right. I use the rotation of my hip, and one hand is guarding, one hand is either controlling or striking. So it's always offensive and defensive, same time. Show you once more slowly and then we do it together. Ten times, the right foot in front, right hand is doing the long guard, from there the whole combination. Stay slow, stay controlled, it's getting complex now. Pay attention to your mind, slow your breath. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Get ready, 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Left foot is leading, left hand is doing the long guard, and the whole thing from there. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. We're very close to the final piece of the puzzle. We just had the clubbing and the elbow. From here, of course, I have to release, do something else. Again, you see that I'm almost in a cross position from the beginning, clubbing and elbow. So I'm going to release. I'm going to extend here. Do you see that then I'm entering this position from here to here, but now in a clinch variety. So we entered the clinch, clubbing and elbow. I'm going to extend, and while I pull down here on the arm, I'm going to wrap over, grab an overhook, and I'm going to extend the side of the neck to get ready for a final headbutt. Not yet the headbutt, but we're going to do the grabbing. It's an extension of this side. So pushing the head over. You can either go into the eyes if you want to be very brutal, or you just push the head to the side while extending the arm and wrapping around it. So we entered from here, the hips open, and you connect into the overhook while extending this arm. It is always a bit weird to practice grappling in the air. Shadow striking is already weird, shadow grappling gets a bit weirder, but just go with it. Practice the motion, see the integration. So we started from here to here. I want to grab as tight as I can here, shoulders tight up to my arm, and I'm going to extend this arm here. You see again the angle in my arm, using pretty much the same thing the whole time. So from here to here. From here to here. I personally like to do a little bit of a side step, it just makes sense, so angling up at the same time. Today I didn't talk that much about footwork, but of course it's in there as always. How do we practice? Just accept that it feels a bit weird, focus on the motion. One hand did the clubbing, and the other hand did the elbow. Gonna pull the left hip back to extend the left forearm, left hand to push the head away, and at the same time wrap over with a step with your right. Get ready for 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch sides. Left foot is in front, left hand did the clubbing, right hand did the elbow. So you're going to throw the right arm to the side to push the head to the side, and the left hand is going to do the overhand. Get ready for 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's bring it together what we did so far. Starting again, right foot in front. Step in, long cross guard. Throw the hammer fist, protect yourself. Go into the clubbing. Do the elbow, extend, get the overhook. Headbutt comes next. One more time. From each side. Today we're going to practice this combination, which has lots of different styles and elements, from striking to close range to grappling. It's challenging. Stick with it. See how the strike gets transformed into the grab. The mechanics are so similar, very vital insight. 10 times, right foot starts, right hand into the long guard. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch to the other side. Left leg in front, left arm is leading into the long guard. The whole thing with the other side. 10 times, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Time for the final piece of the puzzle, a headbutt. Remember, we came from the clubbing, the elbow, we extended here into this position with the overhook, extending this side of the head. And now I want to lower myself down and strike with the head. For headbutts, you can aim to the temple, to the jaw, to the cheekbone, to the side of the neck. You could even aim to the chest. Always watch out that you're hitting either a joint or the bone in a weak place. Not a strong place like here, or here, or here. But you want to hit the weak places. There, there, there. Maybe here, maybe here. Nose, of course, also an option. The part of your head that you want to hit with is the hill up front, here. Imagine yourself to be a unicorn. This would be the place where the horn is coming up here. This is the place where you headbutt with. Alternatively, you can use this side of your head, either in front or in the back, but this mount in top, I can feel the hill here. That's just the best place. Important thing for headbutts, don't do it like in the movies. You get very bad alignment in your spine and you expose both your throat and all the vital targets for your opponent's headbutt. So you go in, boom, and he headbutts you. But if you lower yourself, my spine is straight and just explode forward from here, headbutts are devastating too. Remember context. Here, low, go. So we start from the over hook extended position, low, and just step in. It's a small motion, but I'm turning my whole body into a projectile with a very solid structure in my lower and upper back. So it's a bit like squat, but you explode from there. Starting position, overhook, extend the head, lower, headbutt. This is a short one, but then we integrate it into the whole thing and we're finished for today. Let's get ready. 10 times, get into your starting position, deep breath. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch to the other side, left leg in front, left hand is in the overhook, right hand pushes the head away, but lowered forward for the headbutt. 10 times, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Let's bring it together. Everything. It's quite a lengthy combination with different tactical attributes and ideas, distances, striking opportunities. So pay attention. Right leg starts, gentle guard, step in, long guard, cross guard. Open up to hammer fist with this wide variety of the guard. Into the clubbing, reload for the elbow, strike and pull in. Throw it out, take a step, grab the overhook, boom, for the headbutt. Slowly the whole thing. From each side, of course. From the other side as well. And you see how I'm getting closer and closer and closer? This is a combination that allows you to go from long distance striking to close range clinch to very close range grappling wrestling. From there it's easy to go into throws or attack the back, work very close range, lots of options. Before we go into practicing the final combination, it's always worth remembering that it's not about applying exactly this combination 100% in a fight. It's about seeing how the individual components integrate. Every step of the way you could do something else. It's like a giant puzzle and every puzzle fits to the next, so it's your job to make a picture out of it. So it's not about learning a combination by heart, it's about understanding mechanics and tactic so you can build a million of your own combinations. For today, get ready. Right foot in front, right hand is initiating the long guard. From there we start our combination for 10 times. Take a deep breath, focus your mind, work in the speed that works best for you, but pay attention. Deep breath. 10 times, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Final thing. Left leg in front. Left arm is leading for a long guard. Last round. Get ready. Deep breath. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Finally, 10. Great work. Come back together, standing position. Relax. With an upward spine, let your arms hang. We're going to do 3 deep breaths together. The first is to calm your body and your mind. Even though this is not a conditional practice, I feel my heart, I feel my breath. Slow down. The second is to integrate. What did you learn today? What did you already know? Bring it together. Fragmented pieces of knowledge are no mastery. Put it into context. And the third is to be grateful for you. You showed up today, you practiced, you did something. Maybe it was really good, maybe it was the beginning, but you did something. Be grateful for that. So 3 deep breaths. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. We get better every single time and we do it together. Live Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. Join in anytime, practice with me. Different forms of combination every time, striking to kicking to wrestling to weapons, everything available. All these workouts end up on YouTube. Go there, check them out. There is a ton by now, so you can practice quite a lot. For everybody in stream, we're going to do an extra tutorial today on the basic grips for clinch, for wrestling and control. What are the basic tools available as an introductory video to that? If you're in the stream, you always get this little bit extra knowledge. If you want the tutorials, go to my Patreon. There's so much material. You will learn fighting, violence, the mentality behind it to a very new level. If Patreon is too much of an ask, then leave a like, leave a follow. Every bit is welcome and I'm very grateful for your support. In any case, see you on the next one. Friends, today we're going to talk about basic applications of clinch, of controlling another person. So we need to first define what control is, and then second, see what are the base tools. And it's a bit like striking. What is striking? It's an impact weapon designed to damage the opponent. So we could say basic strike is a jab or a hook or a hammer fist. We can say basic strikes. But is a reversed up jab a basic strike? No, it's a variation of the same idea. So if striking is about damage, clinching or wrestling is about control. With a damaging strike, you can also control your opponent, because when you get punched in the face, it's not that easy to do something else. With a controlling grab, you can also damage your opponent. If you're at a good position, throw him into the ground, break the neck. So it's not an opposite. It's just a different priority of how to apply force. This is once and short. This is continuous. Big difference. So control is a basic mechanism of functionality in fighting. And I define control as follows. I have more say about the movement of the joint I'm controlling than my opponent. If this is a hand, he can still move the hand and he can probably pull it away. But he cannot move it in my direction. There is something in the way. And even the other options are a bit limited. This is not a good control though. It's still control. So if I grab him by the ear, this is very bad control. It's still control. This is a very bad strike. It's still a strike. So understand that it's a principle, an idea. Of course we want to apply good control, but what is the aim of control? Is to minimize the freedom of motion that your opponent is having. Control means you know where he's going to move next because you know which ways are possible and which ones are not. Or you can even force him into certain ways. That's what control is all about. Look at our friend here. What are the main joints we want to control? It's of course the neck. Where the head goes, the body goes. These are the shoulders. Because the shoulders are where the striking is happening. If I control the shoulder, the strike is not as possible as when the shoulder is free. Elbows and hands are varieties of this. If I have the shoulder, I don't care so much about the rest, but sometimes I'm only getting the elbow in some way, or maybe even the hand. The waist is a very nice full body control if you're a good wrestler and if you're strong, because it allows you to control the rest. The upper part and the legs are all connected with the hips. So controlling the hips is very strong. You can grab the knees and the ankles too. Let's not talk about that today, because for me, especially if you think self-defense, not combatives, sports, going low voluntarily is not the best option. It's still a good option, but not the best. So let's focus on the neck and on the shoulder area. Those are the best options to grab, because there's a lot of options to strike from when we control the most dangerous weapons, and I don't need to endanger my own structure and balance. Let's talk about clinch first. You can do a half clinch, a full clinch, or a side clinch, asymmetrical. The names are not that important. It's always compromising the structure of the neck. So you want to do this, this, or this with the neck, extending it in some direction. If you can do multiple angles, you pull one and you push into another, it's even stronger. If you're clinching, watch out that you use a big surface area, go close to the neck, pull and twist. Your elbow up to your wrist is applying leverage. So half clinch, full clinch, side clinch, asymmetrical clinch. Even something like a palm to the face could be considered a clinch because it's attacking the neck. For shoulders, 2.5 options. You have underhooks, you hook into the shoulder from below, and overhooks, you hook into the shoulder from above. Both want to be as close as possible to the shoulder, because you're locking with your whole body the mobility of the shoulder. They have very powerful grips that allow to a variety of control options, back takes and takedowns, but they're not that easy to learn. You need to practice them with somebody who knows what they're doing. Grab the shoulder from above, your elbow pulls low. Structure is very important. You see I'm going to the side, I'm using my hand, so there's a lot to add. This just introductory overhooks and underhooks, pretty much the same, just from above and from below. The half options, you can also just pinch into the shoulders. Here, just extend. Same you could do in the elbows or even the hands. So it's kind of a clamp with your forearm or with your hand. Those don't hold very long, but for a second you can just jam in to get into a better position. For the elbows, underhooks don't work, it's too fast out. Overhooks can work, but I don't recommend it. There's too much space here, too little leverage. So what I like to do for the elbows is either just pinch them, maybe I can go beyond and grab in here. That's a very powerful one, but then we would talk about the hips as well. So here, extend. If I have a clinch and I extend here, I pull one thing closer to me and one thing further away, that's a relatively strong grip. If he has close, different story. For elbows, it's quite important that you can push them inwards into your opponent as well. Whether that's for an arm drag, so you leverage and go to the side to attack in some way from here, or whether it's just for some control and striking options. Hands. Of course, you can grab them. Especially if grabbing fingers is allowed, this is a very nice thing. I like to twist. You see I'm twisting exaggerated right now. I twist the wrist. You can do angles. It's not about a joint lock, it's just about adding some additional leverage and power. Grabbing hands with somebody that is of equal or higher strength than you, they will get out of it. It's just a momentary solution. But if he's pulling the hand back to get out of it, there's your entry into an underhook, for example, for stronger options. So you can clinch in some way, you can have the shoulders, the elbows and the hands in some way, and we're already seeing that combines. Hips and legs, there you're required to go lower. If you know what you're doing from there, very, very powerful. But if you don't know what you're doing, or if you prefer striking, I recommend these options. Because here's very nice striking, control, and you can combine this really, really well. Structure, angle, leverage, and balance are key mechanics to maintain control. Control is tactical. Control is I have say about his movement. Movement consists of structure, distance, angle, mobility, balance, and so forth. So understanding that every time I grab my opponent, we start to share a center of gravity. We have a combined structure of leverage. Every grip that I'm doing with him, he can also use against me. So it's a lot about getting the better angle. I grab his hand, but I'm standing like this. Yeah, I have maybe the better grip, quote unquote, because he's not gripping me, but my position, my structure is not good. Same grip, like this, it's already way better. I have better structure, but my position, If I go like here, whole different story. So it's about understanding what control is. It's about seeing the base options, neck, spine, shoulder belt up to elbows and hands. It's like the cross up here, from here to here. Those are the joints you want to grab. Always go for joint, not for flesh. You have way better control like this. Watch out that you make yourself solid. Good structure, good angle, good positioning. Use strength, and from there be ready to flow. Maybe you're in a clinch, he's moving, you go into an overhook, he's extending, you into clinch again, or you're here fighting for the hands. You leave the whole thing, striking, go back, end up in an underhook. It's a flowing motion. Those are some basic ideas for how to utilize clinch. Striking, you can learn pretty well on your own. Wrestling, you need a partner. Doesn't mean you cannot practice motions and techniques, but it lives a lot from the pressure you get. In the end, striking does too, so you need to spar with somebody, but we're here to practice mechanics and tactics. And even though clinching is a bit more difficult to practice on your own, you can still do it. You can go into shadow fighting, work like this. If you have a puppet like this, you can practice quite a lot. But even just understanding some basic technique, how to apply and what for, is already very beneficial. Thank you so much for being here. See you on the next one.